Welcome to a video of Kerbal Space Program, where I built the smallest craft that I could build that would let me pretend I'm flying a space drone. And then I'm going to use my 4-joystick controller to try to navigate around a course that I put together, and you'll see what everything looks like. But first, I noticed that my beans shirt that my dad gave me is in the background, so this video is brought to you in part because I'm drinking Beans coffee. So it's not brought to you by Beans, but kind of is because I'm sitting here drinking coffee. And that's why I'm making this video. So what you gotta do here is you gotta show your fuel level if you want, and then you gotta turn the RCS on, and then away you go. And I'm sure that I'll be all clumsy talking, but the other problem is that because you cannot put the camera in the quote-unquote front of the vehicle, I get a little bit disoriented with knowing how far things are behind me. Not as much with how much things are in front of me. I'm getting that a little faster, but I bang into things on the back of because I think that I'm farther out in front of the camera than I am. So I figured out a little course around all of these miscellaneous rocket parts that I assembled into a vehicle and then placed. And I'm hoping that I can make it around the course 2 times. I did not use all of the obstacles that I placed to figure this course out. This collection of obstacles is just a completely random collection. Oh, see, I banged into it. So you can see that I thought that I was farther forward than I actually was. But the function of this game is not to allow me to navigate a challenge course. So they don't have the features that make challenge course navigation easy in the game. So that was a ladder stack, is what they call it in quadcopter racing. That was a 3-part ladder. A very popular and common obstacle. These 2 gates next to each other is another common and popular obstacle in quadcopter racing. Oh, I crashed. Luckily, I'm moving very slow. In this game, if you hit softly, then you won't break, but it is doing a physics engine that should calculate how much impact you had, and it will damage your parts. It's not that good, though. You don't lose like 1 thruster so far anyways. I haven't had parts of my craft break. There you saw where I thought I was going to make it, but I hit the obstacle anyways. Coming up, that was 1 lap. So I guess my crash count is 3 times so far. 4 times so far. Luckily, this game is crashing me just like Star Maid crashes me. Where you don't crash, you just stop. It just grabs you. And you don't really go tumbling off. You tumble sometimes, but it seems like not very many times do I actually tumble. But there are some things to know about how this game works. So, this smallest craft that I could make, the mass in the game is actually 350 pounds. So you can't make tiny vehicles in this game. And since the game is a rocket game, generally the vehicles are going to be traveling at incredible speeds. So when your craft is moving very slowly, they probably don't see as much of a need to try to simulate that detail of physics. Because orbital velocity and launch velocity and launch energy and when a rocket crashes into the ground, those are all very different than anything I got going on right here. You might notice that it appears as though I'm just on the ground on Earth, and somehow I have 0 gravity. And actually, that's a cheat in the game. You just turn on the cheat menu, and then you can hack gravity to 0. So it's not cheating. It's just a feature built into the game. Alright, that was 2 laps. So I'm pretty much par for the course here. I never get 3 laps or anything like that. I might fly a little faster, but I might not always get 2 laps. And I usually can't fly through a whole lap going faster without crashing all hard into stuff. Obviously, it's possible to go quite a bit faster. Let's see if I can finish this ladder. Oh, that was it. Alright, so then you can see that I was playing my 4 joystick game controller. So my strafe up, down, left, and right. That's RCS. This rotates me up, down, left, and right. And then this one right here is what rotates my roll axis. And this one right here is my forward and reverse, my throttle. And you can see that the craft has 8 arrays of thrusters. It has 4 thrusters that are forward direction, and it has 4 thrusters that only go in forward and reverse. So you have quite a bit more thrust, forward and reversed. Quite a bit more thrust, forward and reverse. and not as much thrust in the other axes, the rotational axes, but rotation doesn't take that much thrust. In translation, it does, but you can use your forward and reverse thrust quite a bit instead of your other engines.